Welcome to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a show for the physician who understands the importance of protecting everything you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to find the peace of mind that only financial security can bring, let's get started. Here's your host, Billy Gwaltney.
Hello, welcome to today's episode of the Cover Your Assets podcast. I'm your host, Billy Gwaltney, and it's good to be with you as always. Today, we're going to answer a question that I'm passionate about answering, which is what would a wealthy person, a successful person, say a Warren Buffett type, say about the importance of insuring your income as a physician? As an independent disability insurance broker specializing in disability coverage for physicians, I work with thousands of physicians across the country, and I'm having pretty regular conversations with people about the importance of disability coverage. And the question does come up, hey, what's the big deal in getting it now versus later? I don't think I'll need it, which is a common refrain, which, most of our clients, we do have clients on claim. Every one of them bought it with the idea that they were likely not going to need it. They were typically healthy enough in order to get it, at least healthy-ish, and get through the medical screening process. So when they became disabled, it was a surprise. The chances of being disabled are significantly higher than most people think, usually between 15 and 20%, depending on your age. There's about a 20% plus chance that a female or male age 35 professional non-smoker in relatively good health will be disabled. The average claim time is 82 months. It could be 70-ish months, depending on which study you look at, but somewhere in the 5 to 8 year time frame, which is, just long enough to bankrupt someone if they don't have insurance. And so the question becomes, is this important enough to do? And I would think that if you're researching this, you're at least open to the idea that it might be a wise decision. But sometimes people would make the assumption that, hey, if I was wealthy, I wouldn't buy insurance. If I'm financially independent, I wouldn't buy insurance. And some of the biggest purchasers of insurance, whether it's life insurance or different types of insurance, are wealthy business owners and people like a Warren Buffett who buy insurance because it's by far the most economical way to replace something in the worst case scenario. Whether it's life insurance, whether you're paying pennies on the dollar to replace assets at the time of death, or whether it's disability coverage to meet expenses that usually increase during a claim and paying, again, pennies, nickels, dimes on the dollar for that replacement income, it's a no-brainer. Insurance just makes business sense. And that's why large businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses buy insurance on their key executives, on their most important assets, to make sure that if something did happen and their plan A didn't work out, which is that things go according to their plan, that their plan B is as good as it can be. And this is really true for physicians where your most important asset is your ability to get up every day and go do your specialty. You've spent a lot of time in education and training to get to the point where you can make a nice living, get paid well to perform those duties. And if you cannot perform those duties due to an illness or injury, the question becomes what happens? Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to send the kids to school? Who's going to help at least keep some of the dreams alive that you've probably carried and thought about for quite a while? And that's where private specialty disability coverage comes in, and making sure that you're insuring this most important asset. And even if and when you become financially independent later on in life, it's a no-brainer to keep the insurance, because the quickest way to become unfinancially independent or no longer financially independent is to self-insure a disability where your expenses increase. And so paying the premium that you've become used to paying, even if it's several $100s a month, it hasn't kept you from becoming financially independent. So there's not a lot of wisdom in saying, hey, I'm no longer going to waste that money and I'm going to reallocate that something else to further build my wealth. You've built your wealth without having that those funds and using it to pay insurance. If you did become disabled, being able to keep your wealth intact and rely on the insurance carrier's income or money to pay your bills and support you is just smart business. Now, keep in mind, this isn't a mortgage, so you can walk away at any time. That's not the point. You have the freedom to make that decision. I'm just addressing the question that, hey, is this important if I don't think I need it? And wise business people make decisions that are wise, even if they don't feel it or necessarily fully understand why it's important. They just look around and say, okay, what do other smart people do? What do colleagues do that I consider that I want to emulate and be like? Would they insure their most important asset? And pretty universally, the answer is yes. But I at least just wanted to provide this because I have thought about this in studying and reading business leaders, how really wealthy people still buy insurance, still keep insurance to cover things that they can cover on their own. They can self-insure, but insurance is just a good deal from a business standpoint in the event that the worst case scenario happens. Hope you found this helpful. Thank you for your attention and would be happy to discuss your situation anytime. Please text me at 704-270-2376. Again, 704-270-2376. Look forward to hopefully speaking with you soon, and thank you as always for your time.
Thanks for listening to the Cover Your Assets podcast, an Odd Conduit media production. New episodes drop every 2 weeks. If you've enjoyed the conversation, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. For more tips and advice, visit the website and YouTube channel. Check the show notes for links. Join us next time for another episode dedicated to helping physicians like you get your disability insurance right and protect your way of life.